All right, we are joined by a couple of fellas who are from the Hudson Valley, and now they've got their very own television show on the Travel Channel, Hotel Amazon. Now, this story is just a tale as old as time. A guy pursues his dream of opening a resort in Peru alongside a friend who's recently won on Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. So it's an unbelievably fascinating concept for a show. And I have to know, how did all of this what's the whole backstory here?
Well, the backstory, about 15 years ago, I started going to the Amazon, and I was doing freelance photography and some humanitarian work, bringing in clothes and medicine to the kids. And I met my wife down there, and then I started guiding. And then I wanted to build a resort, but didn't want to spend the money on it.
Sure. It's always the thing that gets in the way of your dream.
And then the Wheel of Fortune came about.
So who was just speaking, you're Rusty, and you are the Mr. Wheel of Fortune himself.
Yeah, I'm Stephan.
Or Stephan. So you end up on Wheel of Fortune how long ago?
I was on Wheel of Fortune back in 2012.
Okay. And what was your jackpot there?
It was $54,000, a little over. Yeah. So
wow.
Not bad for a half hour, right? that was good.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, $45,000 on the bonus round.
Wow.
That was a lot of fun when I got the puzzle. I was stuck for a second. I wasn't sure I was going to get it.
What was your final puzzle?
The answer was right down to the wire.
Oh.
And I remember I looked at it. I'm like, I got this far. I'm going to blow it. I'm not going to do this. This sucks. And
right down to the fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Well, because you're a firefighter in the area, right?
Yeah, up in Kingston. Yep.
Okay. So this comes along. He says to you, hey, I got this dream that I want to pursue. I've got this idea. You can't turn this one down. How is this pitched? Hey, I want you to fork over your Wheel of Fortune cash so I can start this resort.
A few beers involved, but
yeah, God bless Mariners Harbor.
Every good story starts with like a beer or five.
Yeah. Actually, Rusty and I have been friends since we were teenagers, and I knew about him going to the Amazon, and I knew that I wanted to go with him. In fact, we had just a trip plan, just him to take me down there and see it, and that was before Wheel of Fortune. So when I did win the money, he's like, buddy, hey, I got a deal for you. And you know what? I was intrigued because, with the money, it's great.
Yeah.
But, it's not going to go that far.
Right.
What are you going to do with a new car, put it away, a few grand here, a few grand there. Next thing you know, you got nothing.
Sure, yeah. And, why not use it as an opportunity to have a completely unbelievable experience going down to the Amazon? It's not the first thing you would think, but it sounds like a pretty amazing adventure that you guys have been going through.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though everybody else said we were crazy.
Well, I still think you're mostly crazy.
Travel Channel obviously didn't think that you were too crazy because they got on board with this and started filming, right?
Well, that's why they got on board. If we weren't crazy, they wouldn't pay attention to us.
So how did that process happen? How did they find out about it at the Travel Channel? How did that all those works?
I worked with production for a while, and so I was pitching some ideas, and some networks wanted for me to do a show because even before the Amazon stuff, I train eagles and falcons and hawks.
Oh, wow.
I teach at schools, universities with them. So they wanted me to do some type of show like that. But I'm like, listen, really, the story's is in the Amazon.
Yeah.
I said that's already happening, whether you're going to film it or not,
Sure.
And
it's so unlike anything else out there. There's nothing you can really even think of that's like that. So I'm sure they jumped right at that opportunity, right?
Pretty quickly.
Now, how long did you guys, how did the process go? How did this all go down? You go down there together, you look for land, you put it all together. What is the show kind of what kind of journey is captured on the show?
I already owned the land for about 6 years.
Gotcha.
So then after that, it was, starting to build and then bringing Stephan down when he had time. And that's actually, you'll see tonight in episode 1 how we clashed a little bit in the beginning where he thought there should be a little bit more stuff finished by the time we got there. But we're running on jungle time.
Right.
Yeah, that's jungle time. That's a concept right there.
Is it really?
Oh, well, I'm a hardworking guy. I'm very driven. I set my mind to something, I do it.
Yeah.
And I expect people around me to work the same way, especially when I'm paying the bills.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So it was, they have this jungle time is like this, it's sort of laid back, we'll do it tomorrow mentality. And that was a rude awakening, a very rude awakening. And unfortunately, my partner here has been in the Amazon so long, he's kind of lost that New Yorker edge to him.
All of his watches are now set to jungle time.
I don't even have a watch.
So what was the most unexpected part of this whole process? What was the thing that really got you kind of like, oh, okay, what do we do here? What's this solution?
Well, I mean, you kick back to the jungle time thing a little bit, but or a lot of it, but I knew there was going to be problems logistically because there's no hardware stores. There's
and there's no roads, like easily accessible stuff.
Absolutely no roads. Everything is brought in by boat, which, I mean, for as far as like the tourism end of it, that's perfect. I mean, this is what you want. You want that adventure. You know?
Yeah, but you want that when the place is already established and you've got it staffed and there's beds and window coverings and food and alcohol. You want that at that point.
At some point, did you just say to yourself, like, why couldn't my buddy have just wanted to start like a bed and breakfast in Saugerties? Like, couldn't this have
something
been
on the
easier?
rundown, maybe?
Sell antiques out of the front room.
Yeah, we'll figure something out here. That's pretty incredible. So what's the status now? I know we have to watch to find out how things are going, but is it something that, you know, you're kind of still working on? Still,
can you say even?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you kidding? I'm saying every chance I get. Yeah.
Start making money.
Yeah. It's Wild Urapa, Amazon Jungle Lodge. You know,
okay.
WildUrapa.com. Okay. Urapa is Y-A-R-A-P-A, as it sounds.
It's the river that's on.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're the first tributary off the Amazon, so it's really beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous area. But yeah, we're up and running. I mean, we still have a lot of plans for expansion and a lot of growth to do, but you know, you're going to get to see on Hotel Amazon how we actually started from me landing, you know, learning about the Amazon, learning about this whole concept until we actually, you know, get our doors open.
It really sounds fascinating. Travel Channel, you can check it out. Premieres tonight at 10 p.m. and it's going to be on Monday nights. Is that going to be the regular spot? Mm-hmm. All right, make sure you check it out because just that premise alone seems fascinating. And
I want to see all the fights you guys get into,
course.
and when snakes are there and the wildlife.
There won't be any disappointments. That's one thing we can say is this isn't your typical, you know, it's a docu-series. People keep throwing reality show out there, and I guess it has that format, but there's a lot going on. This is a very entertaining show.
I think there's a fine line. I think that, you know, people say reality, and it just means anything that gets filmed in reality. But, you know, there's a difference between contrived scenarios where they send Chumley out to a shooting range and actually going through and documenting something. So
that's the beauty of the Amazon. You don't need to make anything up. It happens, man, whether you like it or not.
You're unwittingly going into those storylines. So check it out. Monday night starts tonight, 10 p.m. on the Travel Channel. The show is Hotel Amazon. Guys, thanks so much for coming. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.